a man of stature, somewhat tall and comely, with a very reverend countenance, such as the beholders may love and fear. His hair is of the colour of a chestnut, full ripe, plain to his ears, whence downward it is more orient and curling, and wavering about his shoulders. In the midst of his head is a seam or partition of his hair, after the manner of the Nazarites, his forehead plain and very delicate, his face without spot or wrinkle, beautified with a lovely red. His nose and mouth so formed that nothing can be reprehended. His beard thickish in colour like his hair, not very long but forked, his look innocent and mature, his eyes grey, clear and quick. This a reprint of a letter from Pontius Pilate to Tiberius Caesar describing the physical appearance of Jesus. Copies are in the Congressional Library in Washington. A young man appeared in Galilee preaching with humble unction a new law in the name of the God that had sent him. At first I was apprehensive that his design was to stir up the people against the Romans, but my fears were soon dispelled. Jesus of Nazareth spoke rather as a friend of the Romans than of the Jews. One day I observed in the midst of a group of people a young man who was leaning against a tree, calmly addressing the multitude. I was told it was Jesus. This I could easily have suspected, so great was the difference between him and those who were listening to him. His golden-coloured hair and beard gave to his appearance a celestial aspect. He appeared to be about 30 years of age. Never have I seen a sweeter or more serene countenance. What a contrast between him and his bearers with their black beards and tawny complexions. Unwilling to interrupt him by my presence, I continued my walk, but signified to my secretary to join the group and listen. Later, my secretary reported that never had he seen in the works of all the philosophers anything that compared to the teachings of Jesus. He told me that Jesus was neither seditious nor rebellious, so we extended to him our protection. He was at liberty to act, to speak, to assemble, and to address the people. This unlimited freedom provoked the Jews, not the poor but the rich and powerful. Later, I wrote to Jesus requesting an interview with him at the Praetorium. He came. When the Nazarene made his appearance, I was having my morning walk, and as I faced him, my feet seemed fastened with an iron hand to the marble pavement, and I trembled in every limb as a guilty culprit, though he was calm. For some time, I stood admiring this extraordinary man. There was nothing in him that was repelling, nor in his character, yet I felt awed in his presence. I told him that there was a magnetic simplicity about him and his personality that elevated him far above the philosophers and teachers of his day. All in all, he made a deep impression upon me and everyone because of his kindness, simplicity, humility, and love. Now, noble sovereign, there are the facts concerning Jesus of Nazareth, and I have taken the time to write you in detail concerning these matters. I say that such a man who could convert water to wine, change death into life, disease into health, calm the stormy seas, is not guilty of any criminal offense, and as others have said, we must agree, truly this is the Son of God. Your most obedient servant, Pontius Pilate.
A copy of this may be found here.